meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to welcome everyone to the school board meeting this evening. Reminder that we are live streaming the board meeting, and it can be viewed on the web. So welcome those that are watching via the web as well. So we'll start by taking a motion to accept consent agenda items.
So moved.
I have a motion by Pat. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we'll go down to community non-agenda items. We have JCHS 2025 Fall Sports Recognition.
Yes, so we get to celebrate some students this evening. So Mr. Hartwell is here from the high school to share some accomplishments of our high school students in the fall sports season.
Okay, well, I wanted to honor 3 of our fall sport athletes. One of them could not be here tonight, but I'm still going to talk about it, if you don't mind. Parker Bales cannot be here tonight, but Parker Bales had a tremendous career in tennis. And so what I'm going to do through these, I asked their coaches to write a paragraph about their kiddo, and so I'm going to just read what they had written about them. So Coach Brown wrote this. On November 9th, Parker Bales capped off standout high school tennis career with his appearance in the Indiana Senior Boys North-South All-Star Classic. Over the course of his 4 years representing the Panthers on the tennis court, Parker won 2 individual sectional titles, was voted MVP all 4 years. He was all HHC all 4 years, all district all 4 years, all state honorable mention for 3 years, and all state second team for 1 year. Parker finished his high school career with an overall record of 85-11. So he had an outstanding career, and I hate that he couldn't make it here tonight, but I wanted to make sure you guys heard how great of a career he had. And Gomi, if I could have you stand up when I talk about you. All right. Christian Gomi Gomez is a junior at JCHS, where he excels in multiple sports, football, and wrestling, as well as in student leadership clubs and activities. Gomi is a high-character young man that often is referenced for making a difference in the lives of students around JCHS's campus. This past fall, Gomi earned the prestigious recognition of being named IFCA Class 4A All-State as a defensive lineman. To follow up his stellar fall season, Gomi went on to the semi-state qualifier in wrestling this winter. Gomi is working hard and primed to have a fantastic senior campaign here at JCHS. So we're hoping for big things from Gomi here his senior year. All right. Addison Long, cross country. So Coach Stoner wrote this. To say that Addison Long has an outstanding rookie season is to say the least. She broke the school record not once but twice as a freshman. And she also appeared in a state meet. So the record was 1906 by Emma Morrison. She broke it in Brown County, 1855, and broke it again in the regional, 1847 in Evansville. So as a freshman, she's already crushed the records, and we're hoping to see that thing keep going down. So her work ethic goes above and beyond the workouts I set for her. She lifts up her teammates. She is positive, a driving force on our team. The minimum is not an option for Addie. Even average isn't good enough. She wants to be the best, and she trains to be the best. She is deserving of every accolade she receives. So Addison Long, cross country. So as you guys, I was warning you about, you're going to have to walk around and meet all these people.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to take a picture. We're going to let us move so we can have that. There you go. That's good.
Hang on. Stay there again.
Turn around. I want to take a picture myself. Popular tonight. All right. Awesome.
And your honor, we have JC cookies in the hallway, so please take some, keep them in your pockets for friends. Great job.
Great job, guys.
Just want to congratulate those 3 students. What amazing accomplishments. You know, I think back when my kids were in, high school and did the athletics and the sports, and how that really taught them leadership. It taught them teamwork. There's so much more to it. So well done. Congratulations to all 3 of them. So next we have a JCSC information statement.
Yes, so this week I did share, actually yesterday, with our Families Through Parent Square, an information statement. I would like to read it aloud tonight so that community members can hear it as well. And there are copies in the hallway if anyone in the audience would like to have one to follow along. So I'm going to read this out loud. It is rather lengthy, but I'm just going to read it as is, the entire statement. Dear families and community members, we would like to take a moment to share information with our families and community regarding several concerns that have recently been discussed in online community forums and social media. We value open communication and understand that families want to feel informed, heard, and supported. Public schools operate under legal guidelines that differ from those of individual citizens when it comes to communication. While individuals may choose to publicly share information about themselves or their children, school districts are required to follow student privacy laws, including the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, as well as employee privacy laws. These laws limit our ability to respond publicly to certain questions or situations, particularly those involving specific students or staff members. At times, this limitation can understandably feel like a lack of response or lack of transparency. Please know that is not our intention. Our goal is to always communicate thoughtfully and transparently while honoring the legal protections in place for students and staff. When we are able to share information, we strive to do so through appropriate channels, including public meetings and official communications. Jennings County Schools offers several ways for family and community members to communicate with us or share concerns, including direct communication with school administrators or district staff, email or phone contact, Parent Square messaging, anonymous reporting through the Say Something reporting portal, family and community surveys, and information shared on our website and FAQ documents. We hear the community's requests for continued transparency and communication, and we are committed to strengthening those efforts. In that spirit, we would like to provide an update on several topics that have recently been discussed. While we cannot comment on any pending litigation, we hope the information below provides helpful context about resources and ongoing efforts. Bullying and student mental health. Jennings County Schools takes all reports of bullying seriously. When a concern is reported, our schools follow an investigation process that aligns with both school board policy and Indiana law. When a report is received, the school investigation team reviews the concern promptly within 1 instructional day. Parents or guardians of both the alleged aggressor and the alleged victim are notified. If the investigation confirms bullying behavior, an action plan is implemented and appropriate discipline is applied. If not confirmed, a safety plan to closely monitor can be implemented. Parents or guardians of both parties are informed of the outcome of the investigation. Disciplinary responses vary based on the severity of the situation and may include consequences up to and including expulsion in accordance with school policy. Reports to law enforcement and DCS are made by the school when applicable. Families are also encouraged to contact law enforcement when appropriate. Beyond responding to individual reports, we have worked to strengthen our proactive efforts to support student mental health and prevent bullying. Actions in 2025 include the following: student education and prevention, continued annual student lessons on bullying prevention and how to report concerns to a trusted adult, K-12 instruction on child abuse awareness and prevention through Aaron's Law, digital well-being and online safety lessons for all students, including social media awareness through Common Sense Media. Staff training, Continued annual staff training on bullying prevention and recognizing warning signs. Continued suicide prevention training for staff. In 2025, additional QPR, question, persuade, refer, suicide prevention training, and mental health first aid training for school counselors. Community partnerships. Collaboration with Jennings County Health Department and Purdue Education Extension to provide suicide prevention training for parents and community members. Consultation with physicians from Riley's Hospital for Children specializing in youth mental health. Partnerships with local providers such as Centerstone and Firefly to host parent information sessions on online safety, mental health, and suicide prevention. Expanded reporting options. In 2025, we expanded anonymous reporting by implementing the nationally recognized Say Something system. This platform allows students, parents, and community members to report concerns about bullying, self-harm, school safety, or student well-being. It also provides a way to report concerns regarding school staff if needed. Community collaboration. In 2025, a student well-being committee, including school staff, mental health providers, law enforcement, Department of Child Services representatives, Purdue Extension, Jennings County Health Department, and other community family resource organizations was formed. This group meets to analyze community needs and develop action plans to strengthen support for children and families. Family communication. Throughout 2025, we shared mental health resources, student suicide prevention information, and bullying prevention resources with our families through Parent Square and information posted on our website. Student support programs. Centerstone youth programming opportunities for families interested in additional support. We reviewed and expanded classroom bullying prevention resources used by our school counselors and curriculum team, use second step curriculum. And district-wide kindness campaigns in 2025-2026 school year led by student leadership groups to promote a positive school culture. While this list highlights many efforts already underway, we acknowledge the need for ongoing education and remain committed to progress. Planned initiatives for 2026 and beyond. Partner with families and community members to form a community advisory committee focused on student mental health, suicide prevention, and bullying prevention. An outside facilitator will help guide the work to ensure transparency and meaningful progress. Creation of a student advisory group for grades 5 through 12 to provide student voice and feedback on well-being initiatives. Additional parent information sessions focused on bullying prevention, suicide prevention, mental health supports, and social media safety. Expanded staff training related to bullying prevention and response, and public reporting of district bullying data on the school corporation website to increase transparency. Expanded student education and events related to bullying prevention, suicide prevention, and mental health resources in the 26-27 school year. Additional actions may be recommended through the work of the Community Advisory Committee. The reporting of bullying by students, parents, and community members is an essential part of this process. If you have concerns, please reach out using the Say Something reporting portal, Parent Square, email, or by contacting your child's school principal or district administrators. Your partnership helps us respond quickly and provide support for students. Personnel concerns. Jennings County Schools is not able to publicly comment on specific personnel matters. Employee privacy laws and district policies require that personnel issues be handled through appropriate internal procedures. Staff members who have concerns have multiple avenues for support, including contacting their direct supervisor, reaching out to the Human Resources Department, contacting central office administrators, including the superintendent, communicating with school board members, and using the anonymous Say Something reporting system. When concerns are reported, the district follows established procedures to review and investigate the situation. These processes may involve individuals who are not directly connected to the concern in order to ensure fairness and objectivity. District policies, including those related to employee conduct and procedures, are publicly available on our website, jcsc.org, under the Board section. Our employee handbook and teacher contracts are also available on our website. In closing, thank you for taking the time to review this information. Jennings County Schools is filled with students and staff who care deeply for one another and work each day to create a safe, supportive, and positive learning environment. We value the partnership with our families and the community. If you have questions, concerns, or need support, please contact your school administration or use one of the reporting methods to share information. Thank you. Then included now posted on our website, or will be posted shortly, is a one-page bullying data sheet. And so I'm just gonna briefly read through what's on that paper, but again, this will be posted online soon. We are going to keep an updated by quarter bullying and reporting data on the website. So this is 2026 for quarters 1, 2, and 3. The number of reports that we've received regarding bullying or harassment to our TIP platforms have been 14 in total this year. 6 were turned in on our Google form August to October. Once we implemented Say Something in November, we have had, since that's been implemented in November to now, 8 reported on that portal. Total tips to Say Something, though, in 2026 have been 18. The top 2 categories have been 5 reports for harassment and 3 of bullying and cyberbullying. But other category examples that could be included in that 18 have been tips about suicide, depression, anxiety, cutting self-harm, school safety, and then there's other additional choices about student well-being. Data on bullying, confirmed bullying incidents for 2025-26. In quarter 1, we had 4 confirmed bullying incidents. In quarter 2, we had 5 confirmed bullying incidents. Quarter 3, 7, for a total so far this year of 16 incidents. When I say confirmed bullying incident, that means it was reported to school staff, or school staff themselves started investigation. They complete a thorough bullying report investigation, several pages long, talking to multiple witnesses, all the students involved, and the parents are informed. If the outcome of that is it's confirmed bullying, then consequences apply. In this year's 16 incidents, those actions included out-of-school suspension, in-school suspension, and expulsion. If the investigation finds that it is 2 students mutually participating in conflict, that they need support and help, that is called peer conflict. We have had a total of 21 peer conflict reports this school year. Quarter 1, we had 5, quarter 2, 3, quarter 3, 11, and currently in 4th quarter just started this week, we've had 2 incidents reported for a total of 21. In those situations, we provide supportive measures and discipline as well, including in-school suspension, safety plans, peer mediation, counseling, conference with parents, and a variety of other measures are included in those situations. All receive a follow-up response. So that is the data that I would like to keep for transparency that was mentioned in the newsletter that I'd like to keep updated on our website. So I have this initial data, and then we will update it every quarter going forward. So people can look for that on our website sometime next week. It should be able to be up and live on the website if someone would like to see it. Thank you for the time to be able to share that all out loud this evening. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Nikki. Next, I'll ask if anyone is present who would like to speak to any item on the agenda or any other topic. Hearing none, we'll go down to old business. We have some Neola policies for approval.
Yes, asking for approval of this listed group of Neola policies, please.
Entertain a motion. Motion by Mary Lynn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cheryl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we'll go down to property.
Yes. I'm asking the board permission to advertise a notice to bidders for the secured entrance project. This is the next phase of that we've been talking about for 6 months.
So moved.
I have a motion by Travis. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we'll move down under new business. permission to post.
Yes, I'm asking for permission to post the position for an HR admin assistant. This would be a full-time position. This is needed due to increased paperwork and regulations in that area. We had 5 classified positions marked for absorption this year, so this would be an internal-only posting, which would mean that we would only need to absorb 4 classified positions because this would create a spot for someone in that position. So it would be posted internally. So asking for permission to post HR administrative assistant.
We'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Chelsea, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Kurt, any discussion? All those in favor? 6. All those opposed? 1.
May I ask you?
Travis. Another permission to post.
Yes, permission to post for JCHS summer school teaching positions. This is for credit recovery. If I do not need 4, I will not post for it. It'll depend on numbers that we don't have yet.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mary Lynn, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cheryl, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. One more.
Yes, I'm asking for permission to post 8 elementary school teacher positions due to requirements of 2nd and 3rd graders who do not pass IREAD having to take summer school. These positions are needed. Same situation, if we don't need all 8, we won't use all 8.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Pat, do I have a second? Second by Chelsea, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And we have one recommendation.
Yes, please. Asking for approval for the following recommendation. Eric Kelly, Jennings County Middle School Boys Assistant Track and Field Coach.
I have a motion by Travis, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Kurt, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we'll move down under support staff. Again, permission to post.
Yes, I'm asking for permission to post 1 high school summer school parapro position for the credit recovery summer school.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion by Kurt. Do I have a second? Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. One more.
And 1 more, permission to post 8 elementary school parapro positions. This is for IREAD for 2nd and 3rd graders. There'll be 1 at each elementary school except for 2 for St. Creek and 2 for Indian. Good to numbers.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion by Chelsea. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cheryl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And now we have some recommendations.
Yes, please. Asking for the following approvals to be, or recommendations to be approved. Ray Jean Otterson, Jennings County High School Middle School Music Accompanist, Parapro Part-Time. Ellen Garinger, Jennings County High School Sped Parapro Termination. Jonathan Kipper, Jennings County High School Assistant Boys Track Coach. Samantha Smith, Jennings County School Corp Bus Aide. And Scotty Willis, Jennings County High School Volunteer Assistant Softball Coach.
We'll entertain a motion to approve those names as written. Motion by Mary Lynn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chelsea. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Which brings us down to finance. We have some donations.
Yes, asking the board for permission to accept the following donations. For the high school, Greg Hicks State Farm, $100 for the junior class prom. Jump Family Insurance, $200 for the junior class prom. Outboard Technologies, $500 to the esports program. At the middle school, Alicia Roberts Insurance of Columbus, $500 for the 8th grade celebration. And for the corporation-wide kindergarten roundup donations, Bealey Family Dentistry, 300 toothbrushes, and Expert Eye Care, 300 coloring books. And lastly, at NBE, Hayden Methodist Church, estimated value of $150 of shoes, socks, and food to help students in need.
We'll entertain a motion to approve those donations as read. Motion by Pat. Do I have a second? Second by Travis. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Which brings us down to summer meal program approval.
Yes, I'm asking board approval for the 2nd year of the summer meal program. As you remember, last year we did this for the first time. Quite successful, just shy of 24,000 meals that were handed out during the summertime, I believe during a two-month span. And we're asking the board for a second go-round of this.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
A motion by Chelsea, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cheryl, any discussion?
How is this funded?
This is completely through a food service grant, so there's not a cost to the corporation. It's reimbursed.
Any additional discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. What a great program. Next, we have a couple of resolutions.
Yes, the first resolution is a standard resolution because of the distance between the our next meeting. It's authorizing the treasurer, deputy treasurer to make payments of claims without prior board action to the April 9th meeting and allow treasurer, deputy treasurer to make transfers of appropriation within education, debt service, and operations in order to balance major fund classifications.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Pat, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Kurt, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next resolution.
Next, I'm asking the board to approve the following resolution. The superintendent of schools is specifically authorized to pay the early retirement incentive payments to teachers specified in the attached document titled JCSE 2026 Early Retirement Payment in the amount specified in the attached document. The document is incorporated into this resolution by reference. This is a one-time payment, and it's for the following people: Ed Ertl, Karen Field, Gina Gallion, Luann Gant, Todd Hearn, Pamela Lovegrove, Elizabeth McGuire, Roxanne Norton, Jennifer Posey, Lori Shepard, and Susie Webster.
We'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution as read. I have a motion by Mary Lynn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6. Abstain. Travis abstains. 1.
And I'd like to point out 2 things there. One, this is still available up till March 20th. So we went ahead and brought who we had at this point, but we could be bringing back more names our next meeting. And then I just would be remiss if we didn't take a moment to pause and say what a wonderful group of dedicated individuals that are retiring, and recognize the positive impact that they as a group have had on this community. And I know Karen's here with us this evening, and it gives me chills to read and look at this list of names, because they are people that are just phenomenal, and they have dedicated their lives to the children in this community. So thank you to them.
Thanks for pointing that out, Nikki. Next, we'll move down under operations. We have an application.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is an inform this time, and I'd like to bring a resolution back to you the next meeting. I would like to apply for what they call a 1003 flexibility waiver. This is a waiver that we would apply to the state, and I would like to ask to use 2 designated school days next year for asynchronous e-learning. So one in the first semester and one in the spring semester. Those days, the students would be working on their own asynchronous learning at home, while all of our teachers spend the day in full day PD, professional development. With our shift from building instructional coaches to district instructional coaches, we're cutting 7 instructional coaches positions. This would allow us to keep our momentum on staff training and updated materials. We have a lot headed to us next year with math, particularly from the state, and this would allow our teachers some time to really delve into that and work on learning that updated information. So we would ask the state for approval. If they approve our request, then we would add those days in the calendar and get that information out to parents before next school year so they could plan around that. Another advantage to this model and approach is we use a significant amount of money on substitutes for professional development for teachers. And while this wouldn't eliminate that cost, it would be a cost savings that would be available as well. So I think it is a win-win scenario of those 2 perspectives. So I'd like to bring that back as a resolution. That would be the next step in the process, and at our next meeting, I'd bring that asking for approval. If you approve that resolution, then I would apply to the state, and we would wait to hear back if they approve our recommendation, our proposal.
Okay. Again, that's an inform, so if you have questions, get with Nikki to make sure you get those answered. We'll vote on that at the next board meeting. The next, under operations, we have a calendar update.
Yes, I wanted to give you 2 calendar updates. This first is for the entire corporation. We missed on February 26th due to inclement weather, and it was a weird weather day, not expected. We had a 2-hour delay, and then we ended up having to cancel. So we were unable to do online learning, and we've had multiple, it's been a rough winter. We've had a lot of different days this winter. So I did reach out to the state and ask for a waiver, that we wouldn't have to make that day up, tacked on to the end of the school year. They have approved that waiver. So I will send an update out to parents before spring break and staff, letting them know that that date was approved as a waiver, so students will not need to make up that date. And then in addition to that, I also asked for a waiver for the day that Graham Creek, only Graham Creek, was out, and they approved that as well for 2/16/26. So both of those were approved by the state.
Again, that's an inform for the board. Which brings us down to other.
I don't have any other.
Hearing nothing else to come before the board, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Chelsea, second by Travis. All those in favor? 7-0, meeting adjourned.